For adults, for children, off for an adventure to climb the real Mount Sinai. There is deep biblical history here in the northeastern region of Saudi Arabia. The Israelites were living in Egypt for 430 years. After Moses led them out of Egypt in the year 1312 BC, they crossed the Red Sea and entered the land of Saudi Arabia. They traveled 3 days without finding water, and they came to the oasis of Marah. But the water was too bitter to drink. You can't live long without water, and the people complained. This is modern-day Wadi Tayyib. You need a permit to get here. After leaving Marah, the Israelites traveled to the oasis of Elim, where they found 12 springs and 70 palm trees. They camped there beside the water. Then the whole community of Israel set out from Elim and journeyed into the wilderness of Sin. They left the wilderness of Sin and camped at Rephidim. But there was no water, and the people complained against Moses. Moses struck the rock as he was instructed by the Lord, and water gushed out. Moses named the place Massah, which means test, and Meribah, which means arguing, because the people of Israel argued with Moses and tested the Lord by saying, "Is the Lord here with us or not?"
All right, here we are at Split Rock.
Yes.
Where the water gushed out into the valley and fed all the Israelites, maybe 2 million people plus their livestock.
Wow.
Look at everywhere. It's amazing.
Look at that big valley down there.
Yeah.
Certainly a couple million people could fit down there, and the water gushed forth and just filled that valley. This rock is about 60 feet high, and it's got a big split right down the middle.
40 years prior to the Israelites fleeing from Egypt, Moses fled from Pharaoh to live in the land of Midian, now called Al-Bad. When Moses arrived in Midian, he sat down beside a well. Here is the traditional well of Moses. This is the home of Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses. To get to Mount Sinai, we got up with the sun and left at 6:30 a.m. We put Golden Calf Altar in Google Maps coming from Tabuk. You head west for about an hour, then turn right at Baja exit and travel another hour to the Golden Calf Altar. From there you can see the burnt top of Mount Sinai on the left of the newly constructed road. You go a couple more kilometers to begin your hike. Since the start of the building of Neom, the Line, Trojena, huge mega projects, roads are going into this area now, which makes it easier to travel to Mount Sinai and some of these other sites.
There are goats over there. We're looking.
I don't think they want you to go through that. I think we did the Wadi.
How do we get to the Wadi that's down there?
See, it's in back of those trucks.
Really bumpy getting down here. Going into the Wadi. Okay, I hope we can make it without taking air out of the tires.
On the sand.
Down the Wadi. We got it in 4-wheel drive. Elijah's cave is just right up there.
The top one down below.
Yeah, just below that little pointy rock. And here we are in the Wadi.
Simple.
Dad, you're in a Nintendo game. This is a real Nintendo game.
This is such a cool.
We thought it was blocked right there.
Just slow.
This is a Wadi. Yeah, this is Reimer and I did this.
You did? Okay. We need you guys to help push if we get stuck.
This is good. It's like it's doable.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Rocks are blocking the way.
Oh, rocks blocked. No, that's it.
Dennis and Michael are exploring to see if we can get out of here. Looks like the car might get stuck. Look at, I don't know, but look, there's frost all on the top of all the sand here. Do you have everything you need?
Everything packed.
What do you need? Food, water, walking sticks.
A great spirit.
What?
And then we've got to get through that fence and go up to the mountain of God, and there it is. But first, we can watch them go to Elijah's cave, which is right there.
Look at the view that the grandkids have of Mount Sinai from the golden calf altar.
Some of the 12 pillars that they set up, you can see that they are rounded. We can see about 9 of them around here.
Brown stones.
These are the pillars that were cut. There were about 12 of them here. That one was made for each tribe. And these are kind of the bases of the pillars, or the stones that represented each tribe.
And this is definitely a built altar right here, right?
This is the
L-shape.
pin that is an L shape, kind of a bead. More like a bead. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
And then
5, 6, 7.
and right here, 8.
8 and 9 over there.
Build for me an altar and offer your sacrifices to me. Your sheep, your goats, your cattle. Use only natural uncut stones. Ron Wyatt discovered these 12 marble pillars in the mid-1980s. Here we see Google Earth with the blackened, burnt top of Mount Sinai. There is a pin that says Mount Sinai Biblico. There on this next Google Earth, you can see the same pin showing the altar of Moses that we were just standing at.
Okay, we made it halfway to the cave.
Getting close to Elijah's cave.
Can you point to the cave? Right there?
Right up over there.
Okay.
We'll stop there for our shawarma.
Great.
And we will hear a word from the Lord. Still small
Let's see.
voice.
Come on, Holly. Almost there.
Almost here.
Almost to the cave.
It's not
Right
for
here.
the faint in heart.
Come on, let's go.
Michael and Holly are in the cave. I think I see them right there. Your next destination is Mount Sinai.
Or they'll get to the plateau of the 70 elders.
Yes.
In 850 BC, Elijah stood up against the prophets of Baal, but then fled from King Ahab and Jezebel. He was afraid and fled for his life. He traveled 40 days and 40 nights to Mount Sinai, the mountain of God. There he came to a cave where he spent the night.
Looks like there's a little snow up there.
Yeah, down there. Right there.
No, in at the top. Michael, where are we?
Elijah's cave. We had just had a lunch at Elijah's cave. In Elijah's cave, and now we're going to the Mount Sinai. We have to go all the way down. We don't know how we're going through these big rocks.
And then up.
And then up to the top. And
Yes.
come back.
We're looking for markers.
Well, we should do it from that.
Wow, that's a big
This way.
rock. Yeah, from this way, I think.
Look at this. Full of ice. And then ascension to Mount Sinai.
So we are climbing Mount Sinai. We left our hotel in Tabuk around 6:30 a.m. Drove 2 hours to the Golden Calf site at the bottom. We hiked in about 20 minutes to Moses's altar, and then from there we had to hike straight up. It took us about 45 minutes of straight hiking to get to Elijah's cave. It was pretty treacherous, lots of boulders, very difficult. We had a snack there, and then from there we followed these little markers down a mountain. You can see right over there, this was Elijah's cave. If you can see where my finger is, on the other side of that is Elijah's cave. We had to hike down. There was some snow. It was very slippery. We had to use these hiking poles and gloves. There's also lots of sharp bushes, so we have some thick pants on. But it has been a great trip. We've been hiking now. It's about noon. So we've been hiking for about 2 hours, and we think it's probably another 30 minutes to an hour to the top. So we hope you guys make it too. Woo,
is it cold?
Feels amazing. Yeah, it's cold up here. You definitely need a jacket if you're gonna stand on the top. Here is the pile of rocks. We made it to the top of Mount Sinai.
Woohoo! Woohoo! They made it to the top. Well, Moses went to the top of Mount Sinai several times. All of the Mount Sinai was covered with smoke because the Lord had descended on it in the form of fire. The smoke billowed into the sky like smoke from a brick kiln, and the whole mountain shook violently. Then God gave Moses the 10 Commandments.
So here we are. Here we are on the top of the rock. Top of the mountain, and the rock I picked up. Kind of black. Kind of different color inside. So that's all this mountain until a certain point there. And there's Elijah Cave. And that's where we came from.
We got here in just under 3 hours to the top. Okay, so Michael is gonna take some rock out of the Mount Sinai.
Black on the outside.
Yep.
And
Light on the inside. That's a good one.
And we have so many small rocks.
Oh yeah. Dark on the outside and light on the inside. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
There we go.
We came from up there. All right.
There are clouds covering Mount Sinai. 9:20 till 3:50. 6.5 hours. When the people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron. "Make us some gods who can lead us." Then Aaron took the gold, melted it down, and molded it into the shape of a calf. When Moses saw the calf and the dancing, he burned with anger. He threw the stone tablets to the ground, smashing them at the foot of the mountain. He took the calf they had made and burned it.
Well, where were we, guys? Where is this?
We are on the golden calf where the Israelites
Yep.
disobeyed.
They disobeyed and they worshipped what?
Idol.
An idol of what? Of gold, right?
Of gold.
And what was a gold image of? Image of a cow.
This is the front of the golden calf altar. You walk around and you can see quite a few petroglyphs.
Moses climbed Mount Sinai again with 2 new stone tablets. The Lord passed by him, saying, "I am slow to anger and filled with unfailing love and faithfulness. I lavish unfailing love to 1,000 generations. I forgive iniquity, rebellion, and sin." Moses stayed there another 40 days and 40 nights to receive the second set of 10 Commandments. There is much evidence that this Mount Sinai is the mountain of God. It matches all the biblical evidence with a large plain at the base of the mountain that could accommodate the 2 million people and all their livestock. There is the altar of Moses, the location of the golden calf altar, with petroglyphs of cows, which was not known in the land of Arabia at that time, but was known in Egypt, where the Israelites came from. The proximity to Midian, the home of Jethro, is also great evidence. Thank you for joining us on this journey of climbing the real Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia and all the surrounding biblical sites. Take care and God bless.